What's going on, guys? How you doing? Ginger, Hamza, Gravinder, Ricky, how you guys doing? Obviously very weak day in the markets. Friday wasn't too strong, but it wasn't too weak either. I did not expect this. At least the first touch of 4,000 on SPX, I was thinking we might hold, but obviously scroll out on this daily chart on SPY is very, very ugly. We're losing all kinds of supports. Ended the year at lows for the year. Um, where do we go from here? So we do have CPI on Wednesday. What's up, G Money? I'm happy for you, brother. I was just a little red on the day. Just about break even basically. Obviously, I jumped in the Tesla calls and the net calls at the beginning of the day. I thought we were gonna bounce off that 4K level on SPX. We did not hold it on the first try, which was very kind of shocking to me. I do expect a little short-term bounce here just because I do feel like people are going to be way overhedged into the CPI number on Wednesday. When there is an event, it's usually overhedged, which keeps the market from dumping just because there's so many puts on the market, right? So we'll see what happens on Wednesday. Let's see. Today, obviously, very down day, down 3% on SPY, which is almost over $13 on the day for SPY. Very big drop. QQQ as well, obviously weak. And if you guys look at the charts, we've had 3 straight big down days on QQQ. Negative 5% on Thursday, another negative 1% on Friday, and then today as well, almost 4% down on the day. What does that look like on the weekly charts? The weekly charts, we've been red for 6 straight weeks on QQQ. Obviously, still 4 days left in this week, but for right now, we were red for the last 5 weeks, and we started off this week down another 4%. So it's kind of hard to be buying puts when you're way down here. Obviously, the market does look weak, and every bounce is just being sold. But just for me personally, it's very hard for me to buy puts when the 4-hour RSIs are down here. I learned my lesson in March, guys. I got very, very bearish in March, and this rally did hurt some of my positions. So right now, it's probably best to just be patient or start looking for a little bit of upside bounce relief. Other than that, let's look at this 4-hour RSI on QQQ right now is at 29. So it's not that bad, but we are oversold. If you guys go back in history on QQQ, we had RSI of 29 right here. And right after we went up about over 2% in the next 8 hours. We had a 29 RSI here. We actually had 26. And you guys see here another 8-hour bounce that we got over 1% on QQQ. So I'm not looking for anything crazy, but when the RSI is this buried on the 4-hour, you usually get some kind, at least 1 or 2 day bounces. So that's what I'm anticipating now. Obviously closing under 4,000 on SPX. What's up, LH? How you doing? We will go over that Luna play as well. Obviously, very hard to buy puts in the hole. Like I said, I am leaning a little bit towards upside. Am I going to get aggressive in longs? Hell no. Like, this is still a longer term downtrend. RSI is just one indicator that I'm watching for a bounce. Obviously, in a bear market, we can get oversold and stay oversold. It's just, it hasn't happened yet. So I will continue to kind of lean to the upside. Not with anything heavy, but I will not be adding new puts as my main thing. Any put swings, intraday, of course, I will hit puts like you guys seen there at the end of the day. Those SPX 3970s went from 80 cents to about $4 within 5 minutes at the end of the day there. So I made up for my Tesla anyways. See what happens tomorrow. IWM as well, just completely breaking down, guys. Every single support level is being lost. And now that gap that I pointed out a couple months ago is looking more and more likely on IWM, all the way down to 165.71. Today's lows was 174.10. So let's see if we see that, guys. BTC finally bouncing now that the market's closed. I think it was getting dragged down with the market as well. On the daily, looks absolutely ugly. I think a lot of these guys that are very, very bullish on Bitcoin, you guys know who I'm talking about on Twitter, very famous people that are telling people to leverage their houses, turn all their cash and savings into Bitcoin. I think those guys have to feel pain first. There's a major support at 29,200s. What's up, Andrew? What's up? How you guys doing? And here's the Bitcoin big support at 29,278. So again, it's just like the SPX 4,000. It may overshoot to the downside a little bit like we did today, but more than likely those first support tests are usually held. So let's see if we can bounce back up, guys. Other than that, I don't want any bearish swings right now. I know what happens on bounces. They will get destroyed. So it's probably better just to sit tight. Honestly, I am playing a little bit of upside lightly, but other than that, it's probably better to sit tight. VIX we got going right here. Today we closed at 34.80, and it looks very, very bullish, guys. So we had this little cup handle form. We had the handle, and now we're breaking up from the handle as well. So let's see if VIX can get over 36 tomorrow. If it can, then more downside for the market. Tesla absolutely destroyed, especially at the end of the day there. As you guys seen, the SPX wasn't moving that much at the end of the day, while individual stocks were getting crushed. Like this thing was just dancing around 4K. We did dump a little bit underneath it, but then we bounced the end of the day. And we bounced and closed just underneath 4K on SPX. The VIX closed near the high of the day. Tesla closed near the low of the day. And a lot more destruction in these singular names rather than the indexes. And if you look at the Tesla daily, completely broken. Tesla weekly, right now we are underneath the 50-day moving average. The magic number on Tesla this week to remain any kind of bullish is 862, guys. 862 close on Friday would keep it above the 50-day moving average. As you guys seen here, we've barely ever lost it. We lost it once on March 7th, but the next week we recovered all the losses and went up 14% the next week to hold on to it. So let's see if we get back up to around 862 on Tesla this week will be key. Apple as well, straight down, obviously market leader. It's not going to go up while the market's dumping like that. Lots of downside possible on Apple. We are under all the moving averages, and it's been a long time since we've been under the 200-day moving average for longer than 2 days. I mean, if you scroll out, it's last time it happened was during COVID, and it barely stayed under there during COVID. So that should tell you what kind of downtrend this is. If Apple is staying under the 200-day longer than it did during COVID, and as well, the weekly 50-day was lost today. Let's see if we can bounce over. The magic number for Apple on Friday would be 155.83 right now. So every week this 50-day is still going up, and we need to close above that on Friday for any kind of bullish case going into next week. Nvidia, I did take some calls. Why did I take calls? It was just mangled today, guys. Like, this is one of the best companies in the world. It was almost 350 bucks at one point. It's $346.47, and today we were trading at 169. The high of the all-time high for Nvidia was in November. So November 22nd till today, we have lost 50% on one of the best companies in the world, semiconductor chips that are needed in every single electronic. Obviously, that doesn't have much to play in my my 2-week out calls, you know. So I took $200 calls for next week. I like the price on them. It's $30 out of the money with 2 weeks to go. Plus the 4 hour is getting oversold. It's the same kind of play I just went over on SPY, guys. We're just getting oversold here. Like, we're getting closer to a short-term bounce than a short-term dump, in my opinion. So I'm just looking for a little bounce. If I get a nice little bounce tomorrow, I'll be out. It is a very risky play, obviously, if we don't gap up tomorrow. But those calls were only $1.30 something, $1.37 or something. So they're not going to lose much even on the flat open tomorrow. Let's see. I like the price on them as well. Here's JPM. We did hold up better on the banks than we did in tech, as you guys see here. Compare this intraday chart, which opened and closed almost at the same spot, to Tesla or any other tech chart. Tesla just straight down from the open. We opened way over here at around 837. We closed around 790. JPM opened at 122.68 and we closed at 121.86. So we lost about $1 on JPM while we lost about 50 bucks on Tesla almost. So just relative strength in the banks over tech. Other than that, everything did look weak. HD, we were saying all day, nice bounce to 300, rejected right at 300, closed down around 297. This can be an amazing short. Again, I do like this short, but the thing is, I do not like playing puts when we're this far in the hole. So I will not be adding more puts yet. I want to see a bounce before I start taking any swing puts. And it looks like it's rejecting 300. So tomorrow, if we get follow through on HD, if we lose 293 tomorrow on HD, puts for this week may be in play, in my opinion. I'm not going to take May 20th puts just because of all the factors that I just told you right now. I'd rather sit. Other than that, here's Luna. Apparently it's at 52 now. I called this out at 43.50 in the group. I told the crypto chat actually that I wanted some around under 45. I had this line drawn for a while on Luna. It's a very key support from back in January 31st. and we went down and basically tested the line perfectly. I got filled 20 cents over the low of the day, called it out live, and now looking back, you guys can see this call is up probably, let's take a look here. So from the low of the day, we are up basically almost 12%. So congrats if you guys caught it. I mean, I'll still, like, people were saying Bitcoin's going to 20K, Bitcoin's going here, Bitcoin's going there. I will still play bounces off support. I can go sell this right now for probably 15-20%, whatever it's up. I don't even know. I have to go check my account. But why wouldn't I play it off a strong support, right? I'm not looking for all-time highs here, guys. Even a bounce to VWAP would give me a 20% trade. Why would I not take that? And people in crypto took it on leverage, so they probably have like 1,000% already. So congrats if you followed. I will keep playing bounces off strong supports. Let's see if SPX can reclaim 4,000 tomorrow. It's only 9 points off. It's not undoable, guys. And we'll see where we go from there. But for right now, all the 4-hour charts are showing RSI is very, very beat up, and we will need a bounce very soon. Maybe tomorrow down and CPI numbers bounce us on Wednesday. That's definitely possible. But let's see what happens overnight, and I'll keep you updated in the morning. Thank you guys for attending. I'll see you tomorrow.